second half where Grace threw kind of an errant pass ahead to you, but it kind of just craned off the backboard and you were there, you laid up, and then you ran back up the floor and kind of couldn't help but smile. What is kind of the emotion, the vibes surrounding this team after another big win like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was just a funny play. And honestly, in that moment, it kind of put, a little in perspective, like, it's just a game and to have fun. But I think it just speaks, the character of our team. We just like to play, we just like to play ball and we like to win. So, yeah, that was a funny little moment there.
For either of you, I know you guys managed just fine without Grace, but how much of a difference is it just to have her back out there leading the offense?
It's a lot of help. I mean, it's kind of a weight lift off our shoulders. We trust Grace in a lot of different ways, and she can do a lot of things with the ball within her hand and with it not in her hand. So with her on the court, it just makes a lot of things easier, and her confidence just kind of radiates to the whole team.
Mackenzie, when you talk about the character of this team, I mean, Maryland clawed back and tied the game at 50 in the middle of the fourth quarter. You guys didn't bat an eye and just came right back with that 7-0 run. What's it say about this team that you guys were able to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're a team that doesn't have any quit in us. We're gonna fight to the last buzzer. I think that was evident tonight. They made their run. I think they cut it to 2, maybe tied the game at one point. But we just kept our foot on the pedal. We dug our heels in on the defensive end, and we just kept fighting. And I think that this is really a big win for us. Anytime we can beat Maryland is a big win for us, and we know they're gonna win a lot of games down the stretch. So this was one that we knew we needed, and I thought we did a great job sticking to the game plan tonight.
Sydney, the toughness you play with, was there someone that taught you how to do that growing up, or I guess how did you just kind of develop that?
I just like playing, and I really just don't like losing. So whatever it takes to win, I hate losing. That's pretty much it.
For both of you, when you project yourself back to Vegas and Grace is coming off the floor and you don't know what's going to happen at that point, what's the emotion for you as teammates for her to get back on the floor, face this home crowd that love her so much? What's that like? What's that experience like for you?
I mean, it's really special. Obviously, Grace means so much to us and Hoosier Nation in general, and she's worked so hard to get herself back on the court. So just seeing her be able to be back on the court is super special, not only for us, but for Hoosier Nation as well. And like Sydney said, her confidence and the way she goes about her business just radiates to all of us, and we all kind of follow her lead.
Sydney, you led the team today with 18 points, and obviously you came over to Indiana. Being from Indiana, is this kind of, a full circle game for you, not just for you, but also for your family, as it's kind of, coming into being perfect in a way?
I mean, a little bit. It's just fun to be here, and I'm just really happy to be back home and in front of this amazing crowd and the program that Coach Moore and the staff has built, coming from also Grace and Mackenzie through these last couple of years. I mean, they built this program. So I was just a little extra piece coming in this year.
For either of you, especially in the fourth quarter when the whistles maybe aren't going your way, how do you handle that? What do you have to do to prevent that from being a distraction and affecting you?
Yeah, we don't have any choice but to adjust to the calls that they're making. As frustrating as it is in the moment, emotions are high in the heat of the moment, but we have no choice but to adjust. And after those fouls are called, just kind of rallying together and saying, hey, it is what it is, but we just got to adjust. We just got to know how they're going to call the game, and just play like that, but don't play with fear, and just keep doing what we're doing and knowing that it's going to end up working out.
Hey, Mackenzie, question for you. What's it like playing with Sydney there? She wasn't there last year, obviously new this year, but having her play next to you on the court, bringing all that energy.
I mean, I think it's pretty evident. Sydney's a Hoosier through and through. She always has been. She was born a Hoosier, so I'm super happy to be playing alongside her. She's a competitor. She's fierce on both sides of the ball. So I'm really grateful that she chose to come to IU because she's been very helpful, and she's also just a great person. So.
For either one of you, just your thoughts on the crowd and the atmosphere here tonight.
Actually, one of their players said, dang, your fans are legit. And I was like, yeah, I know. She's like, they actually know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, I know. It was just kind of a cool moment because they feed us energy constantly throughout the game. And that's just because they know when we need to stop. They know when we need to score. And they're so loud when we're guarding, and it makes it really hard to be an opposing team because it's hard to get into a flow when you have 5,000 people screaming. So yeah, it was just kind of funny because she said that to me and I was like, I know, it's hard to play here, but it's really fun to be the home team.
Sydney, it looked like toward the end of the third quarter when you kind of took a fall, you went back to the water cooler, kind of had a towel. Like, what exactly happened on that play? Did you have to kind of make sure that everything was all right? Just what do you remember from that?
I just remember I turned the ball over. So, got kicked in the lip a little bit, but I turned it over. So I was more just frustrated, but it's fine.
For either of you, kind of on that, like it seemed like Maryland really came out in the second half a lot more physical and a lot more aggressive. How did you guys adapt to that?
I mean, our kind of mantra every game is just to be the tougher team, throw the first punch, and just keep our foot on the pedal the whole game. So we knew that they were going to make their runs. I mean, they're a very good program, and they have been for a very long time. So we knew that they were going to make their run. We knew that they were going to be ultra aggressive on both sides of the ball, and we just had to, take those blows and just keep fighting back. And I think we did a great job of that tonight.